All right, there. So, are we ready, dudes?
Yeah, let's
Guys?
go.
Yes.
All right, let's do this. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Arknolia and the Doctor slash Music Maniacs. And we're doing a part two tonight. Actually, what we're continuing from went Monday evening there. And of course, we're also, what am I talking about?
Don't know.
No, no. Oh, yeah, we know we're talking about comedies, comedy albums, all the comedians that we grew up listening to and watching on the HBO specials, the albums, the films, the concert movies, like Richard Pryor live in concert. I remember that classic. Eddie Murphy's, um, what's it called, Delirious and Raw, which came out in theaters in '87 there. All those classic comedians like him, Pryor, Cosby, Carlin, Cheech and Chong. And I think
We lose you? Or do we lose me?
Uh-oh. I'm here.
we still got more.
Oh, there we go.
Understand. I guess Ark still has his list of
Yes.
top rate comedians that are out there, like Chris Rock. I know.
Yeah, we mentioned
Oh,
him.
yes.
Oh shit. Well, I have one that I was watching a little bit
Art?
today. I don't know if you already mentioned him. Carrot Top.
Oh, yeah.
Carrot Top. Yeah. I mean,
Tell me
a
it
lot of his
throws up
stuff
on me,
is
damn it.
a lot of his stuff is rock related. Like he'll have rock music playing in the background.
Ark, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Dr. Brown.
All right, there you go. Yeah, I'm here. I don't know. It just went out for some reason. I don't know why it froze.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Carrot Top was one of those improv guys that had a
Yeah.
chest full of stuff. And I
Yeah.
liked
remember
him. I
him,
thought he
yeah.
was funny.
Yeah, I know. And the funny thing, not only had a good gimmick there with the orangey hair sticking out, he was also one built dude, man. I guess
Oh
he
yeah.
worked out a
Yeah.
lot. Yeah, he had a lot of
And
muscle
he
on
has
him.
a continuing, what do you call it, SED or whatever they call in Vegas at the
Disease.
Luxor.
Oh
The
yeah,
Luxor.
I
What is it
guess
called? A regent? What, a regent?
residency.
Residency. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes. Hmm.
But yeah, I loved it when he'd pull the trunk out and start getting into things and just making stuff up as he went.
I
Oh,
know.
he had one that I saw because I was watching on YouTube. He had one today. It's like, like Kirstie Alley. She used to be on Cheers.
Yeah.
Yes.
She always
Yeah,
she
yeah.
gains weight. She loses weight. She gains. It's like he had this serving, like a tray, like he had a cafeteria tray, but like when he pulled it out, like it had 5 other serving trays hanging from underneath it. So it was like a stack of serving trays. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was
Oh,
funny.
my
I mean, there's all
goodness
sorts of shit he
gracious.
does. Like
Another
he had
comedian
like
that was similar to what he did was Rip Taylor.
Oh yeah. He passed away not too long
what's
ago. I
that
guess,
one
a
that
couple
used
years
to
back.
take the sledgehammer with the watermelon?
Oh, that's Gallagher.
Gallagher.
Okay.
We used to watch his specials on the Showtime network all the time, whether they were on, man. We loved him to death, man.
Even without Sledge-O-Matic, he was a funny guy.
Absolutely. It cut to a lot of chase, a lot of situations, whether it's politics, whether it's dealing with banks and everything else there. It's America. It's pure America to be pissed off. That's how we became America in the first place.
That's true.
Yeah, and he always saved the sledgehammer, the watermelon thing, always towards the end. He
Yep.
always did that, because he knew that's what the rest of the people would come to see. That famous, bit there.
Yeah. Well, another guy that he was funny, Martin Mull.
Oh yeah, I remember a couple of his stuff there. I remember he had a couple of things there. I remember it was he used to be on the not too much. I remember it was mentioned a lot. I know he did a lot of TV roles, a lot of movie roles just as well.
Yeah.
He did a lot of that stuff there. So it kind of like I mean, I don't know where he is now. Did he retire? Is he still around?
I don't know.
I
Another
don't
guy I
know.
liked a lot, had some pretty good albums, was Robert Klein.
Yeah, I remember him. One of the neighbors had one of his album. It's entitled "A Child of the '50s."
Yeah.
I guess it was kind of good, funny stuff on that was on there.
Yeah. He was actually real entertaining, I thought.
Yeah, he was. I don't know what's up with my computer screen. It's fucking up. I don't know why that happened, man. For some reason, I can't even move the little arrow there for some reason.
Huh. Then we got Adam Sandler, I suppose.
All
Oh
right.
yeah.
Yeah, he's done some pretty good stuff there here with his albums. He did a lot portraying. He basically did a lot of skit comedies with by portraying all these various characters, men, women. There's I don't know the character. It's some sort of a kind of oh my god, fucking shit, or so, I don't know if it's a special ed person or what it was, but it was on a few of his skits there.
Yeah.
I know I had a pre-recorded cassette of a thing called what are his albums? Oh yeah, they're all gonna laugh at you. And we also cannot forget that one song which celebrates Hanukkah because I guess he's Jewish, if I
Yeah.
understand. No, wait, hold on.
Can you sing the song?
No, I can't. No,
Is it about a? Is it about a menorah and a dreidel?
I don't know. I'm not.
I
think
would guess that's the way because that's a
Wait,
couple things
are
from
you
there.
talking about Adam Sandler?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I know that song. It's I think it's called the Hanukkah
Hanukkah.
song. I think he did like 4 versions of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Still one of his best bits there when it's performed live there.
Yep.
Yeah. And I know all the people who are Jewish that definitely love that song to death because that was their theme song for many years there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Justin Smorley.
Mm.
That scumbag.
Who?
Did you hear what happened? Breaking news: Justin Smorley got found guilty.
Justin Smorley, and that's the guy who killed. I guess what did he do?
No, he pretended like these guys hung him and like racist. These black guys.
Justin.
Chicago. Yeah,
oh,
remember that whole bullshit?
Oh my gosh, that son of a bitch! I did a few vlogs on that asshole.
He was found guilty, bro. What a
Oh
lie.
my gosh, that's stupid.
Go ahead, my bad. That
asshole.
was just breaking.
It's okay. I'm glad you told me that. I'm glad we haven't heard anything about that asshole in God knows how long, and now we got the official word. Thank goodness he got his just desserts.
Dang.
Okay.
5 out of 6 charges. All right, go ahead, guys. My bad.
Oh, that's okay.
I'm glad he was found guilty.
We all were. We all are.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of
Yeah.
pretty obvious.
I don't know
but-
what the fuck is up with this. Hold up, guys. Something's with my computer here. Everything is frozen.
It's possessed.
Oh no!
Just restart it or hit escape.
Oh, or hit us. I don't know what the fuck is going on here. I may have to do it over again there. I'll probably.
Still live
can't-
here.
I can't-
We're
I
playing.
can't-
I'm playing Stained Class,
By
the
Judas
album in the
Priest.
background here.
Nice.
so.
I had that on vinyl. I got that up from a garage sale many years back.
I got that on vinyl. I got that on vinyl on eBay like 2 years ago when I started
Nice.
getting into and it's original
Please,
too.
There. Yeah.
Go ahead,
can't
brother.
find the arrow.
Try
I can't
restarting
even-
your computer.
I
Try
can't-
restarting.
Can't even find. Hold on. Okay. I'm just gonna shut it off and then I'll join you
Technical
guys
issues.
back on. And yeah, a lot of them. I'm sick of it. All right. I'll be back, dudes.
Okay. Well,
That's it. That's it. Though the computer will start. Okay. Come on, dude.
Okay. Obviously, you're on the phone, so I'll continue.
All right. No, I'm not on. Hold up there. I'm
Then
not
how are
on the
you-
phone.
Then how are you talking to
Technical
us?
difficulties, ladies
I don't
and
know.
gentlemen.
I don't know why it's doing that. It's not even registering. It's not even registering that I'm live on my channel there.
Uh-oh.
Something's up here. I don't like it one damn bit. And I'm getting
Keith
really
is sending
fucking-
you packets right now. Keith packets.
I don't know what the fuck. I don't know why it's doing this. What the fuck, bro?
I'm still amazed that you're talking to us and your computer's not on.
I know though, but and it won't even shut off.
Ooh.
I'm getting sick of this fucking shit.
The next guy I want to talk about, we did mention last time, but I want to do it again, is Don Rickles.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Because he's kind of one of my personal favorites.
He was one that he was considered the insult king.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah, he would dog everybody that's around, whether it's fans or members of the audience, you name it, and did it in a jokingly manner, you know.
I used to love him when he'd go do the Dean Martin roasts.
Oh yeah,
He
and
was always good on those.
let's not forget the NBC sitcom he had called CPO Sharky. He used to love that show.
That was a great show.
Absolutely, there it was crazy.
Well,
It
when
was
you think
crazy.
about it, an insult guy as a boss at a trainee thing makes a lot of sense, actually.
Absolutely, there.
Ark, who in your opinion would you say like made comedy like a thing, like the Tonight Show with Johnny?
Well,
What was it?
it depends on what you're looking for on that because as far as albums go, in my mind, it's George Carlin.
Yeah, that's true. There, he did a lot of those albums. Had his own record label, Eardrum Records, for a
Yeah.
long throughout most of the '80s and '90s.
Yeah, I think he's the one that set the tone for, well, you know, come to think of it, Bill Cosby is actually a better example.
Exactly. There's a lady, I think I remember her. Her name was Rusty Warren.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did. I had my dad had one of her records. It was, I guess, it was called. I think it was in orbit or something. It was, but she had a song about birth control, uphill.
Oh,
Yeah, and that was way back when. She did some what they call risky humor back then. I
they
remember
had
one
birth
that
control back then, Earl. They had birth control back
I
then.
believe so. Yeah, I'm
Ah.
surprised. I'm not too sure when that song came out, but it
Keith,
may have
look up.
found
Keith, look up when birth control came in the United States.
and look up Rusty Warren. You know
All
that.
right.
Okay, definitely because she deserves a nod.
Okay. Hold on. Yep. Uh, Birth Control came out May 9th, 1960.
Wow.
Wow. So it's been that long.
Ah.
Yep.
Wow,
It's a lot longer now.
Now
So
I'm gonna
that's
look up
Rusty
Rusty
Warren.
Warren.
Yeah. Because most of her humor was definitely on the edge at that time. It was considered there.
Yeah.
And
And
Right.
Rusty
she was-
Warren was an American comedian and singer specializing in sex-related themes and such songs as "Bounce Your Boobies" and "Knockers Up."
Oh yeah, that was one of her most known songs. Back then, the women's boobs were considered knockers.
well, kind of they
Yep.
still are, but hey.
Rusty Warren died May 28th, 2021 at
Oh, wow.
age 91.
Wow, I didn't know she died recently. Didn't know she was still around all those years.
Yep.
Next guy I wanted to talk about is I'm wondering how many of you guys ever heard of him. Is Bob Rivers.
Mm-mm.
No, I haven't. I don't
No.
think I have. No.
Never heard of him.
He's kind of he's a guy that does parody songs too, and he did a lot of them. He actually has done more than Al Yankovic.
Oh yeah, Weird Al Yankovic. What about there was this one I remember called Kipadana. He did a song called Wet Dream that was popular on FM radio around the 80, 81, 82 period there.
Yeah,
And it was the funniest stuff there. You know,
but yeah, Bob Rivers did things like Seasick Asian Man, which is Secret Agent Man, parody of that song,
parody of that one I see there.
and I Am Santa Claus, which was a parody of Iron Man.
On Black Sabbath there. I definitely remember that, that's for sure.
Let's see, what else did he do that I can think of off the top of my head?
Yep.
A parody on Black Hole Sun called Asshole Son.
Oh man. I can imagine what that was that would be
what was it
how that
called?
was.
Asshole Son.
is
But
that like a remake of Black Hole Sun?
yeah,
It's a parody.
it's a parody.
Oh, okay, cool.
Send
The
out
guy has
any,
a ton of them. I bet there's 400 or 500 of them.
oh yeah.
Wow.
I actually have a lot of them in MP3.
Yeah, it's cool, definitely.
But he's definitely fun to check out because, yeah, and he did the parody that everybody mishears all the time anyway about
Mm.
there's a bathroom on the right, Bad Moon Rising.
Uh-huh. All right, there. I get it there. Definitely.
Because a lot of people hear that, where it says there's a bad moon on the rise, they hear there's a
Oh,
bathroom on the right.
absolutely there. And it's still not, I know that still doesn't indicate if I'm live or anything on my channel there. I don't know what the hell's going on. Everything gets froze.
That's kind of weird.
Let me check
And
the
I,
stream.
yeah, I was going to say somebody wanted to check there. So what the hell's going on?
Dr. Earl, it says you're not live on your channel.
And now it just blinked black for a second there.
Yeah, you already
Oh.
The fuck is going on here? I'm getting sick of this shit, man.
I guess you need a new computer.
I just know this is kind of like a new computer, but the thing is, this was given to me by my nephew. Everything was done on it. Now it just went out finally.
Well, it's new for you, but
Yeah, you need to. Brown, you need to go ahead and flush that computer down the toilet.
and if you got a toilet that'll pass a computer, wow.
Now you gotta like put it in a trash bag and break it and shit, and then put all the pieces down the toilet. Sorry for the inconvenience tonight, folks. Dr. Brown's going through some technical difficulties.
Yeah.
But that's why we have the backup streams. Arnolia's live, right?
Yeah, and you're live, and well, I guess technically we're all live, but it's kind of like the toilet thing. It's kind of like I used to tell people when they got the fluorescent light bulbs, when they'd go throw them away after they were bad, I'd always tell them, be very careful with those things and drop them in the trash dumpster and walk away from them because they implode when they...
Oh, man. I know what you're doing. Okay, I'm on my phone right now here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I'm recording this so I could upload this on my channel here. Thank
goodness.
Yeah, you better get one of us.
Set your computer. Just turn off your whole computer and then turn it back on and see what happens. And then maybe your where your Wi-Fi is, your Wi-Fi box and all that. Like disconnect that and then turn it back on too. Turn off the Wi-Fi box.
I just shut it off, but it has happened yet.
Yeah, my problem ended up being an update that didn't take on Windows.
Oh wow!
So you know that band? You remember that band Crowbar?
Yes, I do. I remember they played the Falcon Lounge back in Hamtramck, Michigan, around '94, and with Morbid Angel. I went to see that.
They're coming out with a new. They're coming out with they just kind of cruise ship.
No surprise.
Well, I go to the Jimmy Buffett concerts every year. No one's ever been. I mean, it's a party. It's a party. It's not too wild, but a lot of drinking, a lot of drinking games. Tons of RVs. Like they have these parking lot. What do you call it? Like the tailgating parties. Yeah, but it's like RVs because most people listen to Jimmy Buffett. They're a little older.
Yeah. Well, another group that's considered. Oh, some people consider them comedy. I guess they are. Is Gwar.
Oh yeah.
Gwar, man. Like Gwar humorous metal.
Yeah, but they're considered comedy.
You wouldn't believe it. I remember this. Gwar was on the old Joan Rivers show back around the '90s when the was first starting out, and my sister called me. She told me to call to this station, and she wanted to ask, what the hell is that there? It's like, and Joan Rivers was like, but you're doing this in front of kids, you're doing this in front of children. That's because they usually do all ages shows, but most of the kids out there are into that stuff a lot of times. These are the
Right.
more gothic kids out there who are into Rob Zombie, White Zombie, you know, Limp Bizkit and
Slipknot.
stuff, Slipknot there. No, this incident was before Slipknot even emerged. This is about the early '90s there. I think the Joan Rivers show was off the air by the time Slipknot came about, and she would. I know the singer who unfortunately is no longer Ogris Barogris, I think his name was, but his real name was Dave Brocky. He passed away in 2014, I remember, and they had this little thing where the thing supposed to grow and it resembled a penis. So the singer got arrested afterwards after the performance.
Yeah, that group was, well, they were one of those that was kind of like Gallagher. You needed to take the plastic.
Yeah, no, exactly. They were like all over. They were out there. And do I hear myself in the background?
No.
Oh, I hear myself in the background. I don't know what it is.
We hear you. Well, I guess you're live.
Yeah, well, I am a lot.
Oh,
Wait,
I heard it then.
I heard it. Yeah.
Oh, you must be. You must be. Your computer must be on, and you must be on your Skype on your computer as well right now.
Well, I shut it off. The screen is black, but it's not really showing off there. I don't know what the heck, man.
Well, then it must be on.
I don't get it.
Hold down on the power button on your computer. Hold down on it.
I did. I already did, man.
Dr. Earl, Man of Mystery.
No, I'm actually man of chaos. So that's all I've been putting up with for the past every time I go live here and there. And now it just popped back in. And
Now we got Chris Rock.
wait a minute. Now we're back to live. Everything's back
Whoa.
to normal now.
We hear two Dr. Earls. Ooh.
And now it says that. Well, thank goodness I recorded a little bit on my well, fucking hell, because now let me turn. Let me get the phone off here, and then I'll be okay. All right, can you hear me straight up, clear now?
There we go.
Okay, there. I don't know what the fuck happened there.
Let's fucking do this.
All right, there. Now, thank goodness I got it on my Skype call because. Let's see here.
Oh, I was going to say, did we lose him again?
No, I'm still here. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I hear you.
All right, there. Thank goodness. Oh gosh, I got a lot of editing to do when we're done with this show here, because it's
Okay.
because right now because it's stopped and now it's continue, but it's at 6 minutes right now, and it's been a lot longer than that. Obviously, there.
Yeah. You might have to get a copy from one of us.
I know, yeah. Well, probably
Use that.
possibly, maybe. Gosh, makes me mad that that shit happens,
Yeah. Yeah. Next guy gets Chris Rock. We did talk about him, but, what the heck?
Mm-hmm.
We can do it again.
All right. Yeah, because he did a lot of movie roles, comic roles there. He was in The Nutty Professor playing one of those gerbils. I think it was a guinea pig, I think it was. He did a lot of... He also, remember, was for a while cast on Miami Vice.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in around the last few seasons.
Then we got Joe Rogan.
Yeah, so... Yeah,
We've heard of him.
Yes, we have. We have heard of him. And plus, we all know that he's does his podcast there with everybody, including from David Lee Roth to Ted Nugent and to The Undertaker there. And
Yeah.
I guess it's called the Joe Rogan Experience, I believe it is.
That sounds right, but I'm not sure.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep,
And
that's what it is.
here's a little clip I saw on YouTube. Nugent has got his guitar, the Gibson Birdland, and I guess Joe Rogan's trying to ask him a question, and Ted just keeps plugging away on his guitar there, It's like, what the fuck? And the title of the video was like, "Fuck you, Joe. I'm not in." Fuck you, Joe. I think that's what it was called there. Yeah. So
Rob Schneider.
Rob Schneider, yeah, he's done a lot of movies there. The Human Animal, a couple others there. Gigolo, American. Was it not the American Gigolo, but what kind of Gigolo was it there? Gigolo for Hire, I think it was. I'm not too sure.
Deuce Bigelow. Deuce
Deuce
Bigelow.
Bigelow, that's right. The Deuce Bigelow, the Gigolo. And at the end,
Next,
did he release any albums, by the way?
I believe so.
All right, there.
Hmm.
All right.
Okay, next thing I got is somebody you guys have heard of, Jerry Seinfeld.
Oh well.
Yep,
Yeah, he did
I
stand up
know.
before. He was also doing his while he was doing his TV show. He was doing stand up just as well there. And the funny thing,
Right,
funny thing, he ended his show before it got stale. His show
right.
was one of the top shows on NBC, and when he decided to end it, he figured he'd go out with a bang. Let's end it while it's on the top.
Which
Because a lot,
is,
which
you
is
wish other shows had done that.
yeah, because so many other programs have did what they call jumping the shark, where they try to keep the show going, but still try to keep it relevant by adding this character or that particular character, that kind of segue, that kind of uh, segment or here and there, but it kind of goes stale. And when it does that, the show is like done for.
Yeah.
So even though I never watched that episode, I was never into that stuff there. Um,
Nah, me neither.
Yeah, because at that time I was working till 11 at the restaurant job I was at in Roseville, Michigan there. But him, Friends, they were like the two top NBC programs around that period there.
I never got into Friends. I never
Neither have I.
understood that show.
I never did was I. At that time, the sitcoms for me was just kind of blah. Just mostly canned comedy, stuff that really wasn't that funny, but they just had the audience like either laugh tracks playing in the background there, like the Scooby Doo movies cartoon show there.
Yeah.
Remember that? You remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have all these celebrities on that show there. We got to talk about Scooby Doo one of these days. We got to do an episode devoted to him
Yeah.
because next to the Flintstones, Scooby Doo and the boys, Mystery Inc. or the Mystery Machine, as they were called. They're probably the most Hanna-Barbera's iconic, franchises next to, as I mentioned, the Flintstones.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And the Jetsons.
and the Jetsons there. Well, we have yet to see or hear multiple Jetsons movies out there or Jetsons references in like we have with Scooby Doo.
True.
Many spin-off programs on Scooby-Doo. The 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo. A pup named Scooby-Doo, which was a lot more hilarious than the other shows that came out there.
Yeah. The only thing about Scooby Doo that kind of got my goat a little bit was I was never a fan of Scrappy Doo.
And I don't think anyone was at that time. But then
It was
again,
like, why did you do this?
probably a jump. Probably that was their jumping the shark. I guess it was.
Yeah.
Did y'all ever watch the Scooby Doo movie? That first one?
I did, yes. Me and a gal named Cynthia. We saw that in
They go to that
theaters.
island or whatever.
Yeah, I think it was. Yes, it was.
That
Definitely
wasn't
was.
that bad.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, well, it's been a long time since I've seen that movie, but I I like that and the show they had on Saturdays.
Yeah, it was. The one thing I couldn't really figure out, was guess did this one show. It was just Scooby and Shaggy and this little girl with them going on these different adventures. I think it may have been
Mm,
the 13 Ghosts of Scooby Doo, and with Vincent Price as some sort of
I don't remember that for sure.
I remember seeing a couple of that stuff on the old Cartoon Network there a few times there, but there was constant Scooby-Doo shows left and right, right and left. And I guess, I guess Scooby-Doo, Where Are You must have been that big of a hit. So
Yeah,
they decided
yeah,
to carry that franchise over to the 2000s.
yep.
And it's fits to say that, probably one of the most acceptable stoners out there would have to be, of course, Shaggy.
Mm.
Yeah, that's true.
We all know. And tell me, I want to know this. What the fuck is in that Scooby snack that makes Scooby so high when he eats it?
Scrappy made it.
Keith.
THC edibles.
Keith.
THC edibles. Yeah.
THC edibles? Was
Keith,
that
did
like
you ever have
THC.
Keith?
THC? Hmm.
Keith, did you ever have that the K2 called Scooby Snacks?
Nah, I only got one thing from K2, and it was Nightmare's Revenge. And I don't know why I got it, because it made me paranoid as fuck.
Wow.
Like, I was paranoid about everything, but I kept smoking it. I don't know why.
Oh, wow.
I should have bought some, like, Roller Coaster Madness or something. Like, why
Right
did I
there.
get Nightmare's Revenge?
I don't know there. That's something.
Brown, Doc Brown, have you ever smoked K2?
No, I haven't. Never.
Ah.
Remember, I don't smoke anything.
Yeah. Dr. O, you're a straight edge, right?
Correct. 120%.
Yes. Good for you.
Yep.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Good for you.
Next guy I got is kind of an old timer in a way, because his stuff was mainly in the '60s.
Yeah.
Alan Sherman.
Alan Sherman. I remember hearing about that name a few times there.
You possibly heard "Hello Mudda, Hello Fada."
Oh, that's the one who did
Here I
that
am at
song.
Camp Granada.
That's the one who did that song. That song was parodying a couple other commercials I remember hearing in the past.
Yeah, but he was big on parody too.
Oh yeah.
Although more original, he didn't do the thing Bob Rivers and Yankovic did.
Well, Weird Al Yankovic did a few originals I was knowing. I remember there's this one that it was saying the night Santa Claus went crazy or something like that. I remember hearing that song back in 2012.
Fastest, funniest minutes on TV.
This
The Alan Sherman Show.
Ah,
They say we'll have some fun if it stops raining.
ah.
I went hiking with Joe Spivey. He developed poison ivy.
I see there.
pretty good. Pretty good.
All right.
Pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
It is a pretty decent song, actually.
It is. You know what? I gotta play the whole version for myself one time to hear it because I was wanting to know where that whole thing came from. Where that whole shtick came from. Because I had that thing on my mind while I was at work, like, "Hello, mother. Hello, father. I'm at work now. Your belly's fatter." Well, Betty, I got something better. "Hello, mother. Hello, father. This is Bullfrog. My belly's fatter. This is Bullfrog. I'm still dumber." I love going after that fool. Yeah.
Next guy I got you guys may or may not heard of, Shel Silverstein.
Oh, I remember that.
Never
I
heard
remember
of
that guy. Yeah, he was an author. He had come out with a bunch of records. He had a couple. One of his most well-known books was "Where the Sidewalk Ends."
Oh
That was-
yeah.
Yes. Yes.
One of his bigger songs that I remember was "I Got Stoned and I Missed It."
Oh wow. I didn't realize he was a comedian. I figured he was one of those guys who just wrote children's books and did a lot of children's work, like Sesame Street, Children's Television Workshop. I think it was called that there.
Oh, I didn't think he was a part of that, but
I didn't think so either. I thought he was kind of like along the lines of that.
And next one I got is a pair of guys that actually had a variety show in the late '60s, early '70s.
Let me guess, the Smothers Brothers.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Wow.
They
Wow.
had some edgy humor as well there. It was more what was going on at the times in terms of uh, Vietnam and everything else there.
Yeah, they basically it's even though the show was very popular, that's basically why the network got rid of them because they were so controversial.
And let's also not forget that the Who, one of the most famous Who performances occurred on that program there.
Oh yeah,
Oh my gosh, we got to tell Wire and Keith this story. The Who was doing My
Yep.
Generation. He was introduced, I guess it was Tommy or what Tommy Smothers. Yes, he was the one who introduced them. They were introduced to calling out. They were telling their names and what they do and stuff. They did. They lip synced to My Generation. Of course, that was the thing back then. Then towards
right.
the end there, that's when Keith Moon put a little bomb in his drum kick. Boom! Townsend smashed his guitar. But then again, that's how Townsend's hearing issues would start because of that.
Yeah, you guys need to look that one up. The Who and the Smothers Brothers.
Absolutely, there. That was it.
Yo, it's so the Scooby snacks had they were THC edibles.
Yeah, I remember you mentioned that.
All right.
Yeah. But like I said, you got to look up the Who's Mother's Brothers performance, man. That opens the film. The kids are all right, by the way. There,
Yeah,
and as you mentioned, that would be to be the start of Pete Townsend's hearing loss
yeah,
because of
because it
that.
exploded right next to him,
Absolutely, there.
and it took them all by surprise because none of them knew Keith Moon was doing it
Yeah.
except Keith Moon.
Obviously, there. Got to remember Keith Moon. Some of the shit he did is way our great rock and roll tales there. They're hilarious as well. There, Alice Cooper
Yep.
mentioned this, and he was telling these kids at a rock and roll fantasy. My bad. He was telling these kids the story that Keith Moon would dress up as a French maid at times, walk around talking French, and Cooper's wife was like, what is this? Like, no, go ahead. Let's go with it. He's a great drummer there. And there was another time that Keith Moon, was wanted to get to something in another room, but instead of going through the doors to the other door to get it, he makes a massive hole in the wall there. The manager comes in. He says, "The bloody rats." There was a whole bunch of rats in this wall there, and the manager bought into it, and he helped Keith Moon dismantle that wall. He did a lot of crazy shit, man. A lot of shit's hilarious, except for the one where he actually killed someone, and I guess ran over somebody who would be after being attacked by a bunch of skinheads for some reason there. Driving a limousine into a hotel pool. He did a lot of funny ass shit at times, but unfortunately, some of them was serious, some of them wasn't. It was a shock. I guess it was to provoke attention. I guess it was. And
Yeah,
now they're saying that Moon may have been heavily, I guess was the word, high functioning autistic, but a little bit
Mhm.
more insanely autistic, I guess.
next I got Spinal Tap.
Oh my gosh. Raise your hand up if you ever saw the movie from 1984.
Well, you can't
No.
see us do it, but my hands up.
I did. I did. I remember
I,
me and my mom went and saw the movie at a nearby theater. She came out and saying, "That's the story of the Beatles." Because you remember, one of the members' girlfriend was trying to managing the group for a while when they're,
Oh yeah,
yes, and that wasn't working out too well. I guess it was kind of like a similar to Yoko Ono being involved with the Beatles when you think about it.
yeah.
In
why is
fact,
the movie called Why
what
is the movie called 1984?
it's
No,
not
it's
called,
called This Is Spinal Tap.
yeah, and it came
Oh.
out in 1984.
Oh, all right.
Yes.
And if you've never seen it, it's definitely a good watch.
Yes, Rob
It's
Reiner
basically a documentary about a rock band.
from England there, who's this. It's basically kind of like and here's something else. The thing there was a thing where they had a Stonehenge. They were going to do a song called Stonehenge, and they needed a Stonehenge setup. And one of the members wrote this, wrote the design on a napkin there, and he handed it to the manager. And they said, "Oh, it's son." And I guess they either misread the sign or
Wait a
what it
minute.
was.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, yeah.
Wait a minute. Is it the Spinal Tap movie? That's a real touring band, correct?
Well,
You're going to say it again.
you have to say it again. Your echo was on.
Hello?
Yeah, we hear you.
Did Spinal Tap, was that a regular touring band?
No, it wasn't. It was
No.
a
Just made for the
fictional band.
movie? Okay.
Yeah, they later did some shows when the movie came out. They also had an album called "Break Like the Wind" in '92, and they did some to their short tour there. This was made up of Michael Michael McCarran. What's his name? Michael McLennan from Laverne and Shirley, Lenny and Squiggy. I guess it was Christopher Guest, and I guess I forgot the other
That
guy.
band, what's that band now that are kind of like them?
Steel Panther.
Steel Panther, yeah. Pretty
Yes.
much. Pretty much. Yeah.
And one of the guitarists from Steel Panther, by the way, is used to be involved with Rob Halford's Fight post yes, Rob Halford's post Priest band.
Next one's another group of people you've heard of,
Yes.
the Three Stooges.
Oh my gosh.
Mm.
Bow down to them. On the eighth day, the good Lord above created Curly, Larry, Moe, Shemp, Curly Joe.
Generally the ones that are the most popular are Mo, Larry, Curly. Or that's the one people.
Absolutely there.
Although Shemp wasn't bad, I didn't think.
Yeah, but I know he made an appearance in an Abbott Costello. I think it was a movie or a TV skit because Abbott Costello, we got to mention them just as well there for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Who's on First is one of their classics later on, though. But we got to get, but back to the Stooges. I did the stupidest thing to my sister. We were trying to pretend we were the Three Stooges, and stupid ass me took something and I hit Michelle with it, and she started crying and she was bleeding, and yes, I got a whooping for that. I did. I actually did that. Because I was I was a young ass kid at that time, and I didn't know which one watch. I figured you hit somebody on the head with a hammer, they'll just go ooh and be untouched afterwards. Of course, later on,
that's kind of the danger of that show, but didn't happen all that much, I don't think.
no, not less. Of course, all those we realize now, all those things that they used were all fake. I mean, you remember the Three Stooges movie that came out in 2012? At the end of that movie, the directors of that movie demonstrated. They actually had to demonstrate, that the props that we're using were actually fake. Because they were out of fear that kids would start doing the same shit that the Stooges would do in that movie. Remember, kids learn from what they see, like and I was one of them. And for the record, yes, I did receive a massive whooping for what I did to my sister.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Of course, then again, at the time, I didn't know.
Right. Then we got Lily Tomlin.
Oh my gosh. What was the name of her most famous character? The operator.
Yeah, I don't recall the name, but then there was Edith Ann.
Edith Ann. I remember. Yeah.
Well,
that was that girl
Lily.
that's Lily. No, go ahead. Edith Ann.
Yeah, the Lily Tomlin character, Edith Ann.
Yeah,
she was the little girl.
Sitting in the big chair there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And that's the truth.
All right there.
I wish I could remember the name of the operator because that skit was pretty good.
I'm gonna look her up right now. Let's see. Let me go to Google search here. Blah 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 blah. Because that was featured a lot on Roland and Martin's Laughing a lot, and I had one of her records. This is a recording.
Yeah, I had, and that's the truth too. Which was the little kid.
Absolutely, Lily Tomlin. She starred in the movie. I guess it was a serious role for her with John Travolta, called I guess it was called Moment by Moment. I guess it came out in 1980 there.
Yeah, I think she was in 9 to 5 too.
Let's see that. Yeah, she's still around. She's 82 years old. She's from
Well,
Detroit, Michigan. Yay!
Earl, you're from Texas now.
Yeah, I'm in Texas now, but still, I still have a Detroit mind. 9 to 5. She was in that movie. Grace and
Right.
Frankie. She was started that movie there.
You got that Detroit mind frame.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I can't forget the Magic School Bus, which it was a kids show from 94 to 97. The movie Grandma in 2015. All of Me with Steve Martin. Big Business from 1988. Whole bunch of other stuff there. And I'm looking for her most well-known character. Cinnamon name goes. She currently stars as Frankie Bergstein on the Netflix series Frank and Great no excuse Grace and Frankie, which debuted in 2015 and it earned her nominations for 4 Primetime Emmy Awards, 3 Screen Actors Guild Awards, and a Golden Globe Award. Her signature role was in. Let's see here, blah blah blah. Let me look it up. Her most uh, Tomlin characters: Mrs. Earborn, and the tasteful lady, with and Rollo in the Martin's lap in there. Let's see
Right.
here. Let's see here. What is her famous? Ernestine was attached, tough, and uncompromising telephone. Ernestine, that's her name.
Yeah.
That was her.
Ernestine.
Ernestine, that was the telephone operator who treated customers with very little sympathy. She often snorted when she let loose a brand barbed response or heard something salacious. I think it's called. She also,
Salacious, yeah.
so yes, she wore her hair in a 1940s hairstyle with a hairnet. Although her character was temporarily, her opening lines were the often comical "one ringy dingy, two ringy dingy," and "Have I reached the
Yeah.
party who I'm speaking?" In the sketches, Ernestine usually talked to her switchboard call taking calls. She occasionally called her boyfriend Vito, a telephone repairman, or her pal Phoenicia, who is another operator. Man, she often reprised that role in a 2016 as a TV ad as part of PETA's campaign against SeaWorld. Tomlin has also reprised the role on several episodes of Sesame Street. Now, Edith Ann was one of them. There was another one called Mrs. Judy Baisley, a housewife and mother from Illinois, who often is chosen for commercial television commercials and offers good customer advice. She appears in the Incredible Shrinking Woman in 1980 there. Mrs. Earborn, the tasteful lady. Susie, the sorority girl. And the consumer advocate lady. Lucille, the rubber freak, a woman addicted to eating rubber. Tess slash Trudy, a homeless bag lady who accosts theater goers and various passers on by with her offbeat observations and tales of communications with extraterrestrials. Like, quote unquote, they don't care if you believe in it or not, they're different from God. Bobby Jeannie, a showbiz veteran, and often in the lounge circuit where she sings and plays organ. She dispenses advice. It's not called show art, it's called show business. And she was one of the first female comedians to break out in male drag when one of her characters, Tommy Valero, spelled Velour, and in 1982 she later became popularized by a Saturday Night Live appearance. And in 1970, the AT&T offered Tomlin 5,000 to play her Ernestine character in the commercial, but she declined. And she's still around. She's still around. Credit to her. She was one of the
Yeah.
first lady comedians out there to come up with all these crazy characters
Yeah.
and still be
Yeah.
involved in show business today. Hence the Netflix series that I mentioned.
Hmm.
Okay, and who's next?
Ron White.
Oh yeah, Ron White. One of the we were talking about him. He was supposedly a part of
Tater salad.
Tater Salad. Yes, right. Blue Collar TV, and we know him. I guess that was about him being pulled over and they call me tater salad. Oh, which by the way,
No, actually, that routine's about when he was at a bar. He was getting drunk, and they were telling him, "Hey, you need to cut it down and leave," and he wouldn't do it.
yep.
So they called the police on him.
Oh wow, I see there. And speaking of drinking, Foster Brooks.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, the lovable lush he was up in. He would come out there, do these little jokes there, pretending to be drunk and everything else there.
he showed up on the roast once in a while too.
Yeah, I remember. I think it was part of the Bobby Vitton show, if I remember, a couple of times there.
I don't remember what show he was a regular on.
I know, but I remember he was a guest on that show frequently. If I recall. Correct me if I'm
Yeah,
wrong there. Foster
I honestly
Brooks.
don't remember.
Okay, let me look him up on the Wikipedia there. Okay, there.
Well, another lovable drunk, if you will, that goes way back that I'm not sure you guys even remember him, but Crazy Guggenheim.
Crazy. I don't think I've ever heard of him. You need to tell about this one here.
Well, basically, he was on the old Jackie Gleason Variety Hour
Oh
as a
wow.
semi-regular,
Oh yeah. That's interesting.
and that's going way back because Gleason, wow, the Variety Hour I think was over by the '60s.
Yeah.
Of course, we have the Honeymooners.
Oh yeah. Gosh, so glad. Oh yeah. Credit to the Honeymooners. Jackie Gleason's baby there. Gleason. By the way, you remember those lost episodes that reemerged in the 1980s?
Yeah,
No, those were actually filmed prior, and those purposely put away because he knew years on down the line there would be worth something there. And you know
right.
what? He was right. He was right. When those episodes, which were shown on the Showtime network, people were ecstatic for them. In fact, there was a couple times where they did on some live specials on
Yeah,
ABC. I think it was ABC, NBC, or CBS. I forgot one of those. And with gray hair and all, but they still portrayed their characters damn well.
yeah. It's funny because Art Carney's not generally considered a comedian,
Yeah,
but boy, he was good as Ed Norton.
yeah. All right, there. I'm looking up Foster Brooks right now. He appeared regularly on the Dean Martin show.
Yeah,
He was will be on situation comedies, talk shows like the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson. Um, his signature routine was basically based off a comedy album titled Foster Brooks: The Lovable Lush, which was later retitled Los Angeles Earthquake, released in the early 1970s. The lovable Lush character, often portrayed, was a conventioner who had a few too many drinks, but not fallen down drunk, not
right,
violently drunk, just that kind of stuff there.
right.
He's best remembered for his appearances on the D. Martin Celebrity Roast during the 70s, where him, Rickles, Lucille Ball, and Johnny Carson, and other serious public figures such as Truman
Capote.
Capote, my bad, consumer activist Ralph Nader, and former Vice President Hubert Humphrey. He often drew on his own battles with alcohol during his act. During this period of his greatest fame, he rarely drank or gave up drinking to win a bet in 1964. Brooks said a fellow made him a $10 bet that he wouldn't quit, and I've had having a drink since. At that time, I needed the $10, that is. He'll make
Right.
occasional appearances where his character was sober, such as appearance on Adam 12, the TV show. I remember that show, man. Playing a
Hmm.
straight-laced citizen who tries to get out of a parking ticket by dropping the name of an officer senior to the main characters. He played a character named Harry Sachs in an episode of Adam 12, in which he performed as a highly intoxicated man standing in the middle of a street, waving with his suit jacket on oncoming traffic, as if he was like a bullfighter. In another Adam 12 episode, he played a stoned man stopped for erratic driving who tries to hide the burning marijuana joint in his suit's front pocket. In a more serious appearance, he portrayed a drunken driver who killed another driver in an accident on Christmas Eve of all nights. He was in Green Acres. It's just as well there. He did a lot. He did a lot of stuff there. He was a part of Hollywood Squares, The Match Game. He even
Yeah.
appeared in a movie called The Villain, a crazy zany comedy movie that starred Arnold Schwarzenegger. That came out in 1979.
Yeah, you mentioned Green Acres. That
Yes.
was one of my favorite sitcoms back in the day.
Green Acres is a place to be.
I mean, the characters were highly memorable people.
Yeah. And the situations even here memorable.
Oh,
City, oh man, the rich man moves to the countryside, to be with the country
well,
folks and all
and they
that.
made that show tongue in cheek. I mean,
It was.
there was a lot of in jokes. There was just a lot of stuff going. It was, it was made to be
Yes,
off the wall.
I know.
We could spend an hour on that show sometime.
Yeah, we should sometime. Yeah, we got to look at all those classic sitcoms there. Definitely. Nice. All right, go ahead, Art.
Robin Williams.
Oh my gosh. I want to ask everybody on this call, were you shocked, saddened, and dismayed when you heard about Robin Williams dying?
Yes.
Especially
Yes.
the way he died.
Yes.
And,
Yes.
and
Yes.
that,
And then I saw this thought, yes, and then I
why are we can't hear you? Your echoes. I gotta turn your echo off, dude. Can't hear
Have an
you.
echo?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude.
pretty bad.
Yeah, bad. Very bad, dude.
Hello?
Hello. There you
There it
are,
is.
dude.
Now you're good.
Right now it's so
All right.
good.
But yeah, Robin Williams put out some of his out. Well, his routines were funny.
Absolutely.
Mork and Mindy was funny. It was basically
I
a
love
routine.
that. I love that show. I wanted to look dressed like Mork from Mork. I was they even had the suspenders that Mork wore on there. They had the little versions of that at the various stores there. I bought those. I wore those a couple times in the past. And
Yeah.
I tried to act like him towards the kids there, I mean, it was like wow. I remember his appearances on Happy Days a year prior to that, and I guess the producers at ABC decided, you know what, we got to get this guy his own sitcom. We got to get this
Yeah.
guy. This guy has got talent, man. And boy, did he had talent. Look at all the different movie roles he played. Hook, Mrs. Doubtfire, you know,
Aladdin.
albums
He
were
played
good.
the genie in Aladdin.
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That's right.
He also did an appearance on Law and Order Special Victims Unit. At one point, they're playing the bad guy. There was a movie called 1 Hour Photo, which he discovers some sort of a shocking photo about somebody getting murdered or something like that. Have to look that up sometime soon. There, he did a lot of serious acting as well as comedic roles. There, he was
And
he was always top of his game, and to hear that how he died, it's just.
Yeah, that was the stunner out of that.
I mean, like,
oh yeah, this rapper Ludacris,
Yeah.
he was also in Law and Order Special Victims Unit playing the bad guy too.
man, I know, yeah, I saw that episode there. I guess he was related to Ice-T's character, but
Yes.
this ain't about Ludacris. This is about Robin Williams, a comic
Yeah.
icon.
I never saw that SVU episode that he
Oh.
was in.
No, I didn't really see about it either. I only just saw the last few minutes of it when he got away at the end there,
Oh, all right.
unfortunately. So, but yeah, that was one that, but then again, which by the way, sometime, Mark, we need to dive into that franchise sometime
Yeah.
soon.
Heck, we could spend some time on it because there's at least 4 or 5 of them.
Oh, absolutely, man. We got to dive into that. Give props to Dick Wolf for creating such a franchise. And he's still
Oh, yeah.
coming out with franchises. Chicago Fire, Chicago PD, Chicago Med, that FBI show that he's executive producer of. I guess it's on some streaming channel or USA Network there.
Yeah.
Damn.
Do you, Dr. Earl, do you watch Law and Order SVU?
I did watch a lot when I moved here in Texas there, that's for sure there,
Oh, yeah.
before I found
Yeah, and you
work.
do
Did
know
you
that-
also
Yeah.
Did you also watch Criminal Minds?
No, I
Oh, I
didn't.
liked that one.
Well, I didn't watch Criminal.
Oh, wow.
If you mean Criminal
I,
Intent,
Oh,
no,
Criminal
no,
Intent.
yes.
Criminal Minds.
No, not the
Yeah, I
show
like
Criminal
that too.
Minds. Well, I didn't really watch Criminal Minds that much, but I was a big fan of Criminal Intent because that kind of had like a Sherlock Holmes slash super sleuth feel to it there.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, I used to watch Criminal Intent. Yeah, I like that main guy that was on there. He asked so many questions. Like,
yeah,
eh,
he was quirky.
Yeah, was
yeah,
Robert Gorin, played by
Yeah,
Vincent
yes, yeah.
D'Onofrio. I know Richie from the Super Ugly Show credited him as one of the best character actors of all time.
I'd almost have to agree with that.
Mm.
Yep.
He was like a sort of a Columbo type character,
Yeah,
but
he
not
was,
as
but not exactly like Columbo.
right.
And
There was
also,
differences.
and also credit to Chris Knott, who starred in the original Law and Order, to later move to the Major Case Squad for Criminal Intent there. And also, we cannot forget Jeff Goldblum. He
Right.
starred in I guess, in a season or two on that program there.
Yeah. Although that's not what we're talking about.
I know, but I was going to say we got to get back to our comic list there.
Flip Wilson.
Watched him as a kid. Geraldine was
That
one
was
of
a
his main
great
characters.
variety show.
Absolutely. His greatest character, Geraldine.
Yeah.
The devil made me buy this dress there. He also
Yeah.
had the thing called "Welcome to the Church of That's Happening Now."
Yeah. He had two or three really good albums.
Yeah, I know.
I liked the one where he had a routine about a lady that was on a train.
Yeah.
And somebody drunk or whatever insulted their kid.
Oh wow.
And she complained to the conductor, and the conductor went and moved the guy and all of that stuff.
Yep.
And then he went back to the lady and apologized. He was so sorry. He was so sorry.
Good.
I brought you a little drink or whatever.
Yes.
And here's a banana for your monkey.
Oh my gosh,
Oh my!
dude.
I thought that was funny because it just came out of nowhere.
Oh man. Dude. You try that nowadays, the cancel culture be on your ass.
Yeah.
A lot of,
But
lot
that
of,
was
lot of this
incredibly
humor that
funny.
we're talking about here would not be set foot in this day and age. A
That's why
PC
there's
cancel culture, yes.
there's so few comedians nowadays that are funny.
I know.
I mean, some of them are, but they have to tread a line. They have to
And
be very careful.
and the only one
Someone,
that's doing that
someone,
right now is David Chappelle.
Yeah. Well, I heard Keith, and then he
Yes,
disappeared.
Keith, what's up, Keith?
I think like a bunch of people need to group together and stand up to cancel culture. It's
I
like
agree.
so it's getting really ridiculous right
I
now.
agree. I agree with you 100%, man. I'm just sick and tired of this person paying a price for what they said. I'm sick and tired of this person paying for this tweet that they said, even though it's expressing their opinions. And what disappoints me is that these are the people who feel that everything should be politically correct, everything should be nicey, so sensitive, so touching, anything that's harsh, anything that's demeaning, anything that regard as harsh and demeaning must be canceled. You do something
Right.
back in 22, like the plane ride from hell, they cancel you now. They have to make them pay
Yep.
for things like that. You say the wrong, but yet we don't see cancel culture going after the ones who really deserve it, like Marilyn
Exactly.
Manson. We see they're just going after the wrong people. I mean,
Yeah.
like going back to the plane ride from hell we mentioned. That was back in 2002, 2001. Let it go. Just go to
Yeah,
the people who
are these-
deserve. Go after.
Who are these cancel? Sorry, go ahead.
Go
It's
after.
basically a group of people that are kind of working as a group, but independently.
Yeah.
I don't think we don't know who any of them really are.
It's a bunch of
Oh,
people who want to attack others, feel that everything should be PC, politically correct. Everything should be sensitive. Everything should be just about. They want to control people, what they say, what they think, what they believe, and everything else. And one of the reasons why I won't be involved with Prince Ido is because he told me on a private call he officially joined cancel culture. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Prince. That made
I
me
know.
mad.
I made a I put a timestamp on that on one
Yeah.
of the videos where he said that.
Yes.
I was like, "What the fuck did Prince just say?"
Absolutely. I was in shock when I heard when he told me that directly. I mean, like, come on, dude.
Yeah,
Come on, give me a break.
Yeah.
that must be who these people are. They're a bunch of trolls. Like,
Essentially,
Yeah. So,
pretty much that's a good description.
I mean, like, if they're going to do cancel anything, they should at least cancel the ones who deserve it. Like Scott Peterson, he deserves to be canceled.
yeah,
Marilyn
you're right.
Manson, he needs to be canceled because of all the stuff we keep hearing about that he's doing to all these women.
Is it like everyone who wants this pro woke culture? Is that who they are?
I'm thinking
A
is,
lot of
yeah,
them.
yes, absolutely.
Okay.
And
Well, they all need to go to Devious Dave Rose boot camp.
oh, I
Yeah.
wish, oh, absolutely. Oh, David should have rent out a massive auditorium or a stadium for the get these queef rags in there. Definitely, for sure.
Yeah.
No, next guy I got's related to Robin Williams in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan Winters.
Oh my goodness, he had a because he started as the son of Mork and Mindy in later in later seasons of that program.
Yeah.
Because on
He was,
Orca, you start as a baby but a bigger size, and then when you grow old, it's you're as a little girl.
Oh wait,
yeah.
do you think the cancel culture is like all the people in Black Lives Matter?
Part of it.
Mm,
No, it's
Okay.
either black, white, or Hispanic. It doesn't matter. What doesn't matter what
All right.
race or color they're in. It's just their thinking pattern sucks massive donkey
Yeah.
balls.
All right.
and,
Yeah. All right. Go on.
Right.
and Jonathan Winters was one of the great improv guys too.
He was, yeah. I remember he had
Yeah,
a
he
TV.
had a variety show in the
Yes, I remember seeing that a
outlets
couple times. Yes.
and he had a bit that he would do in most of the shows where he would just go out and improv and he'd tell people to throw him a prop or just a situation or whatever, and then he would improv on it
Yeah.
right there on the spot.
Yep.
And they were usually really good.
They were, yeah.
But I was trying to remember. He had characters too. Maud Frickert was one of them,
Mm-hmm.
and he had others, but I can't remember what they were off the top of my head.
Wow.
And I'm sure he's gone, and that's a shame.
I know. Yeah, it's sad because, all the ones that usually it's sad that the ones that they now find are the most interesting, they're the ones who are no longer around, unfortunately.
Yeah, yeah. And next guy I got is one of my favorites, actually. I like him really well.
Yeah.
He didn't have a really long time, and I don't even know if he's still around.
Mm-hmm.
It's Stephen Wright.
I know.
I
I
used
remember
to-
him. Yes, I remember his stuff
I
there.
used to love his bit because he was one of the greatest deadpan comedians that would come up with stuff that you were like, what?
I know.
And it's funny. It's like, yeah, what was it? Oh, the world is a small place, but I wouldn't want to paint it. I'm like,
Wow.
what? I mean, he'd do stuff like that all the time, and that was great.
Yeah, I know.
And next one I got is Weird Al.
Oh my gosh, yes. So one of the big next to the big other parody kings that are out there, next to
Yeah.
Bob
I
Rivers.
used to like Weird Al back in the day.
Oh gosh, his version of his parody of "Beat It" was one of the bigger videos on MTV. He had a couple movies, like actually this one big movie in '88 called UHF or UHF. That's what it was.
Yeah,
there.
UHF.
Yeah, it did parodies of Geraldo Rivera, a bunch of other TV shows at that time. He came up with a lot of originals, like Dare to Be Stupid, where his video parodied the old Devo's old look version
Yeah.
of instead of Like a Virgin, Like a Surgeon. He did actually did a Star Wars theme song called Yoda at the time. He also did a parodied version of American Pie just in time for Episode 1, The Phantom Menace of Star Wars would come out.
Yeah. Yeah, he did a lot of really good parodies.
And originals as well there, like the one
Yeah.
about the night Santa Claus went crazy, I think it was called there.
Yeah, and actually the funny thing is he was a pretty good accordion player.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he was. Yeah, I think he made an appearance with the band Weezer when they did the cover of Africa, the Toto song. And we got to mention, did we mention Dave Chappelle?
You did once real quick, but
You know, we got to give it, I know, we got to be, because he was like one of the true out there comedians out there that are really sticking it to the culture that's out there today. Like
yeah,
I remember he had a lot of issues with Comedy Central, and I guess he told them to take this job and shove it there. Walked away from that show. I guess with is massive issues with those between the two there, and which was sad
right.
because Chappelle's show was like massively big on that channel there next to South Park.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we also got to
I
talk
love
about
Dave Chappelle shows.
we got to talk about South Park as well there. I'm surprised it's still on the air nowadays. But
Yeah,
but
because it's large. You know, it definitely thumbs its nose at that kind of culture.
absolutely, it thumbed its nose at Scientology, which, by the way, is one of the reasons why one of their cast members quit, the late Isaac Hayes.
Yeah, because he didn't like the fact that they made fun of Scientology.
And he's the one himself.
Yeah,
Damn.
Yeah, I know, yeah. So that was sad, because his little thing, I want to make love, all his chocolate salty balls was a favorite. That's for sure.
yeah,
In
Yeah.
fact, Eric Cartman, one of the characters, there was this little thing where I guess Stan would say, I'm sailing away. And Cartman would just recite the lyrics to Come Sail Away by Styx in a rapid pace. And that helped make that song by Styx popular once again.
yeah. Last guy I got on my list, and of course we go off list, we think of somebody.
Yep,
And I guess he is considered a comedian when you think about it,
yep.
is Frank Zappa.
Yeah, oh my gosh, one of the great ones. We were talking about this guy, I remember maybe a few episodes back, I had a lot of his records. I remember one of the records I asked for my mom to get me for Christmas was Burnt Weenie Sandwich, which was a live
Yeah,
record. I remember his albums like Freak Out, one of the first double albums that came out in '65 there. Two albums for the price of one. That was the sticker on the front.
yeah. Who are the Brain Police?
Absolutely. Go Cry on Somebody Else's Shoulder. Trouble Every Day, which kind of which really, I guess once Keith said that Zappa was one of the real first rappers out there, he was a kidding because in a lot of ways he did the kind of like a rap in that song
Help, I'm a
there.
Rock.
Help I'm a Rock, The
Yep.
Return of Son of Monster Magnet, which by the way the band the Monster Magnet, that's where they got their name from there.
Yeah,
And plus, all the other songs like Dynamo Hum, the album Overnight Sensation, One Size Fits All,
Billy the
absolutely
Mountain.
Billy the Mountain, that just another band from LA where that track is from there. I had that one. Uncle Meat, that was another one of my favorites. And the multiple record labels that he operated, Bizarre, Discreet, Straight, and Straight Records was one of the first labels assigned to the band Alice Cooper. Pretties for You, Easy Action, those were released on that album there.
Yeah. And if you want to see something really weird, look up the Steve Allen Show and Frank Zappa's first appearance.
Oh my gosh, yeah, How to
You
Play a
won't
Bicycle.
even recognize him.
Absolutely. He was clean shaven and short haired at that time there. How to Play a Bicycle, I think it was.
Yeah.
He made appearance on the Monkeys TV show there. I would teach you how to play a car. And Frank and Frank Zaba's doing this conductor's with his little stick there, while Mike Nesmith tears up a car with a sledgehammer there.
Yeah. Yeah, we actually need to give the monkeys a little credit. They
Absolutely, and also credit to Mickey Dolenz. He was the most zany. He was like their Keith Moon in a way, but not potentially dangerous as
right.
Moon was. He had his own. He did the directed any episode that's beyond zany with a tongue-in-cheek humor everywhere. That was Mickey Dolenz. He did a lot of that stuff there.
Yeah.
And he directed a few of some of those episodes. He also went on to become a very successful director in England there, directing a couple shows here and there, including a spit where Christopher Ryan, a.k.a. Mike from the Young Ones, eating 2-day-old yogurt and not realizing it there.
Yeah, and Dolan's and Nesmith, the only two that are still left with us.
I know.
Unless I missed some news.
No, yeah, there's still one. Peter Tork passed away a couple years back. Davy Jones died in 2012.
Yeah, that one's the one that really shocked me too.
Yeah. So right now it's the Mickey and the Mike and Mickey show there. I guess they're performing some of the songs from the old days there. And they did come out. I guess he came out with an first full album with all four members. I forgot what year it was. And Nesmith, who by the way hails here from Texas, he's still around. I guess he still lives here in Texas, if I understand.
Yeah. And basically he's independently wealthy because of his mother.
Absolutely. And also some of the, I guess he had a video company as well. He is operating at that time in the early 80s, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
We'll forget the video cassette Elephant Parts.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was talked about when MTV first emerged.
Yeah, because basically, in a sense, Michael Nesmith invented music video.
Yeah. And we remember seeing one of them on the old MTV with that bodybuilder there, which we all thought, which by the way was not Hulk Hogan. I stand corrected on that.
Nope. Another guy, I forgot his name, but didn't really matter.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter right now but either way, credit to Nesmith for pioneering the music video there. All right, so anything else, or is that at the end of our list?
Yeah, that's the end of the list I got. Can anybody think of a guy or two that we missed, or girl, or whatever?
We covered everyone, but Monday we're going to do the festival thing.
Right.
Yes, definitely. We got to talk about the good festivals, the bad festivals, good, the bad, and downright ugly. Because there was a few festivals that were just that, But we also got to mention the good ones, like the two US festivals in '82 and '83. The controversy behind Woodstock '94 and the tragedy of '99.
Yes.
Oh God, that was a fluky.
We'll go over California Jam.
Absolutely, the Toledo Jam. I remember there was a few of those.
Isle of Wight.
Yep, absolutely. Which is over in England. Almont. One of the worst of the bad cop festivals there.
Yeah.
Next to Woodstock '99, I should say there. All right, so this coming Monday, we'll take a look at rock festivals from past, present, and future.
Why?
And,
who is Midnight Gonky?
Huh?
I don't know.
Midnight Gonky?
Yeah.
Sounds like a name for a porn movie.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, it kind of does.
Keith, what's the problem?
Oh, I found the video of him talking trash about talking trash about Sean's View and Foul Mouse Network.
Oh,
Ooh.
nice. All right. Well, this is not a drama show, so.
Stupid Tony.
Okay.
Thank you.
No,
AR.
Midnight Gunky. He's talking trash
All
about
right.
Sean's View. Oh.
All right. Well, anyways, the Monday,
Oh my God.
Monday show, everyone. The Monday show.